What's going on, guys? It's your favorite creator, hopefully. It's Parag, back with day number 9. We got the homeboard bow stream in the background. Let me cover. Anyways, welcome back to day 4. About to get onto the reading portion of today. Before that, though, your boy had some breakfast. It's literally the exact same thing. For all my new viewers, oats. One scoop of protein powder, 1 spoon of peanut butter, chia seeds, milk, blueberries. Stir it up, yummy. I don't know about y'all, but like I was mid eating and I forgot to take a photo of it, so I took a photo of it. It's eating obviously, but there's that. And feeling good. Woke up today around like 9. Helped my mom with groceries. Came back home and chilled for a bit. Hang out with my friend. Came back home. Worked out. Today was leg day. If y'all want to skip to that, here it is, timeline, or time thingy, what you want to call it. I think today for the outdoor activity, I will be playing tennis, I think, with my friends. If that event is canceled, I'll just be going on like a 45-minute walk, and I'll show it later in the video. I actually forgot yesterday to post a picture of myself. So that, I'm sorry for that, but I will be posting a picture of myself. I forgot that's daily, so my fault on that one. I think I take full responsibility. But anyways, before we start reading the Zen book, we got to do the four laws of peace for all my new viewers or viewers that are still watching, or you know what I'm saying. This book has a lot of questions in the back, and the goal is to answer every single one for every video. So yesterday we did in what areas of your life you need improvement at. The next page is, what is your most reoccurring worry? There's a lot of things, but I think my biggest worry would probably be, like, although it's sad to say, I would definitely say it's like career, job wise. Like, I'm kind of like, in the back of my head, I'm always thinking like, oh my god, like, cause like I have like imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not that good at the school I did. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, I think the biggest worry I have is about like my career and like how I'll carry myself for the future, like a full-time job, like owning a property, a house, like just like being like a fully integrated like adult, I would say, right? And career. And the second thing would be my family, because you know, obviously time goes by, my parents get older. I worry about that as well. I worry about my health. I'm not gonna lie, if I had the money, I would have an on-call doctor always by my side. I would be, if I even see like a rash, I will call, do I have a rash or I'm high? Because like, you don't understand, bro, it's really important to like take care of your body. And like for me, like I want to make sure that like I'm healthy for long term, you know. So there's that. I think the last one, the biggest worry, not biggest, but worry up there would probably just be like death, right? Like what no one really knows, like what happens, right? Like I think in Buddhism there's like reincarnation. I mean, I don't know, or maybe it's like a void of just dark, I don't know, right? So yeah, that, okay, it got kind of dark, I'm sorry, but yeah. Question of the day, comment down below your most reoccurring worry. And I know y'all probably asking the question where I got my t-shirt from. If y'all didn't, it's okay, I'll answer it for you. I got it from Costco. Shout out to my madre. While shopping, she got me a new t-shirt. I'm feeling, oh, my nips. Sorry. All right, let's get on to reading the book. So yesterday we left off on page 33. All right. Okay. Sorry, I look good. Sorry. Okay. Everything has Buddha nature. It means Buddha nature is in each existence. So Buddha nature and each existence are different. But when you are saying everything is Buddha nature, it means everything is Buddha nature itself. When there is no Buddha nature, there is nothing at all. Something apart from Buddha nature is just delusion. It may exist in your mind, but such things actually do not exist. So to be a human being is to be Buddha. Buddha nature is just another name for human nature, our true human nature. Thus, even though you do not do anything, you are actually doing something, because doing nothing is something. If you know, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You are expressing yourself. You are expressing your true nature. Your eyes will express. Your voice will express. Your demeanor will express. The most important thing is to express your true nature in the simplest, most accurate, aquatic. Wait, what's the word? Adequate, aquatic, accurate way, and to appreciate it in the smallest existence. While you are continuing this practice, week after week, year after year, your experience will become deeper and deeper, and your experience will cover everything you do in your everyday life. The most important thing is to just practice Zazen in a certain posture. Do not think about anything, just remain on your cushion without expecting anything. Then eventually you will resume your own true nature. That is to say, your own true nature resumes itself. Okay, part 2, right attitude. The point where we emphasize is strong confidence in our original nature. Single-minded way. The purpose of my talk is not to give you some intellectual understanding, but just to express my appreciation of our Zen practice. To be able to sit with you in Zazen is very, very unusual. Of course, whatever we do is unusual because our life itself is so unusual. Buddha said, to appreciate your human life is a rare soil on your fingernail. You know, dirt hardly ever sticks on your nail. Our human life is rare and wonderful. When I sit, I want to remain sitting forever, but I encourage myself to have another practice. For instance, to recite the sutra or to bow. And when I bow, I think this is wonderful. But I have to change my practice again to recite the sutra. So the purpose of my talk is to express my appreciation. That is all. Our way is not to sit into any... Our way is not to sit to acquire something. It is to express our true nature. That is our practice. If you want to express yourself, your true nature, there should be some natural and appropriate way of expression. Even swaying right and left as you sit down or get up from a zazen is an expression of itself. It is not preparation for practice or realization after practice. It is a part of practice. So we do not do it we should not do it if it were preparing for something else. This should be true in your everyday life. To cook or to fix some food is not preparation. According to Dojin, it's practice. To cook is not to express your sincerity. So when you cook, you should express yourself in your activity in the kitchen. You should allow yourself plenty of time. You should work on it with nothing in your mind and without expecting anything. You should just cook. That is also an expression of our sincerity, a part of our practice. It is necessary to sit in Zazen in this way, but sitting is not our only way. Whatever you do, it should be an expression of the same deep activity. We should appreciate what we are doing. There is no preparation for something else. The bod is, what is his word? The bodhisattva. The bodhisattva way is called the single-minded way, or one railway track thousands of miles long. The railway track is always the same. If it were to become wider or narrower, it would be disastrous. Wherever you go, the railway track is always the same. That is the bodhisattva's way. So even if the sun were to rise from the west, bro, how is this? Okay, guys. Y'all see this word right here? Bro. Okay, whatever. So even the bodhisattva has only one way. His way is in each moment to express his nature and his sincerity. We say railway track, but actually there is no such thing. Sincerity is the railway track. The sights we see from the train will change, but we are always running on the same track, and there is no beginning or end to the track. Beginningless and endless. There is no starting point, no goal, nothing to attain. Just to run on the track is our way. This is the nature of our Zen practice. But when you become curious about the railway track, danger is there. You should not see the oh my god, railway track. If you look at the track, you will become dizzy. Just appreciate the sights you see from the train. That is our way. There is no need for passengers to be curious about the track. Some will take care of it. Someone will take care of it. Buddha will take care of it. But sometimes we try to explain the railway track because we become curious if something is always the same. We wonder, how is it possible for the Bodhisattva always to be the same? What is his secret? But there is no secret. Everyone has the same nature on the railway track. There were two good friends, Choki and Hofuku. They were talking about the Bodhisattva's way, and Choki said, even if the Harat, which is an enlightenment one, were to have evil desires, still the Buddha does not have two kinds of words. I say that Tathaga has words, but no dualistic words, Hofuku said. Even though you say so, your comment is not perfect, Kofuku said. Asked. Okay, and then Choki asked, what is your standard understanding of Buddha's words? Hofuku said, we had enough discussion, so let's have a cup of tea. Hofuku did not give his friend an answer because it is impossible to give a verbal interpretation of our way. Nevertheless, as part of their practice, these two good friends discussed the Bodhisattva's way. Even though they did not expect to find a new interpretation, so Hofuku answered, our discussion is over, let's have a cup of tea. That is a very good answer, isn't it? It is the same for my talk. When my talk is over, your listening is over. There is no need to remember what I say. There is no need to understand what I say. You understand, you have your understanding within yourself, there is no problem. So like the Bodhisattva, okay, I'm like butchering it, I'm sorry, but the Bodhisattva's way is called the single-minded way. If it would become water, wherever you go, wherever you go, the river will always stay the same. Okay. Repetition. The Indian thought and practice encountered by Buddha was based on the idea of human beings as a combination of spiritual and physical elements. They thought that the physical side of this is really off topic because it said spiritual. Guys, I actually have a lot of like manga ideas. So like I'm not gonna cap. Next few videos, maybe even on my main channel or on this channel, I will be spitting some I made like a notebook, like on my notes about manga ideas, so that will be dropping. Anyways, they thought that the physical side of man bound the spiritual side, and so their religious practice was aimed at making the physical element weaker in order to free and strengthen the spirit. Thus, the practice Buddha found in India emphasized... Okay, bro, what is this word? I don't even... You guys see it? Aceism? Aceism? But Buddha found... I'm sorry if I butchered that, guys. But Buddha found when he practiced atheism that there was no limit to the attempt to purge ourselves physically, and that it made religious practice very idealistic. This kind of war with our body can only end when we die. But according to this Indian thought, we will return in another life, and we will return in another life and another life to repeat the struggle over and over again, without ever attaining perfect enlightenment. And even if you think you can make your physical strength weak enough to free your spiritual power, it will only work as long as you continue to your ascetic practice. If you resume your everyday life, you will have to strengthen your body, but then you will have to weaken it again to regain your spiritual power, and then you will have to repeat this process over and over again. This may be too great a simplified my stuttering is crazy. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me deep breath. Imagine a turtle talking. Hold on. This may be too great a simplification of Indian practice encountered by Buddha, and we may laugh at it, but actually, some people continue this practice even today, sometimes without realizing it. This idea of atheism is I'm pretty sure I'm not even saying that word right. Sorry, camera. In the back of their minds, but practicing in this way will not result in any progress. Buddha's ways was quite different. At first, he studied the Hindu practice of his time and area, and he practiced atheism. But Buddha was not interested in the elements of compromising human beings, nor the metaphysical theories of existence. He was more concerned about how he himself existed in this moment. That was his point. Bread is made from flour. How flour becomes bread when we put it in the oven was for Buddha the most important thing. How can we become enlightened was his main interest. The enlightened person is some perfect desirable character for himself and for others. Buddha wanted to find out how human beings develop this ideal character, how various stages in the past become sages. In order to find out how dough became perfect bread, he made it over and over again until he became quite successful. That was his practice. But we may find it not so interesting to cook the same thing over and over every day. It is rather tedious, you may say. If you lose spirit of repetition, it will come quite difficult. But it will not be difficult if you are full strength and vitality. Anyway, you cannot keep still. We have to do something. If you do something, you should be very observant, careful, and alert. Our way is to put some dough in the oven and watch it carefully. Once you know how the dough becomes bread, you will understand enlightenment. So, how this physical body becomes a sage is our main interest. We are not so concerned about what flour is or what dough is or what a sage is. A sage is a sage. Metaphysical explanations of human nature are not the point. So, the kind of practice we stress thus cannot become too idealistic. If an artist becomes too idealistic, he will commit suicide. Whoa. Because his ideal and his actual ability, there is a great gap. Because there is no bridge long enough to across the gap, he will begin to despair. That is the usual spiritual way. But our spiritual way is not so idealistic. In some sense, we should be idealistic. At least we should be interested in making bread which tastes and looks good. Actual practice is repeating over and over again until you find out how to become bread. There is no secret in our way. Just practice zazen and put ourselves in the oven in our way. Okay, I'm trying to break this down and understand it. So the practice repetition. It became okay. Wait. Until he became quite successful, that was his message. But we may find it not so interesting to cook the same thing over and over again. Blah, blah. Our way is to put the dough in the oven and watch it carefully. Once you know how the dough becomes bread, you will understand enlightenment. Okay. Zen and excitement. My master died when I was 30. Although I wanted to devote myself just to Zen practice at Ijin Monastery, I had exceeded my master at his temple. I became quite busy and began so young I had many difficulties. These difficulties gave me some experience, but it meant nothing compared with the true, calm, serene way of life. It is necessary for us to keep the constant way. Zen is not some kind of excitement, but concentration on our usual everyday routine. If you become too busy and too excited, your mind becomes rough and ragged. This is not the good. If possible, try to always be calm and joyful, and keep yourself from excitement. Usually we become busier and busier day by day, year by year, especially in our modern world. If we revisit familiar places after a long time, we are astonished by the changes. It cannot be helped. But if we become interested in some excitement or in our own change, we will become completely involved in our business. We will become interested in some excitement in our own change. We will become completely involved in our business, in our busy life, and we will be lost. But if your mind is calm and constant, you can keep yourself away from the noisy world even though you are in the midst of it. In the midst of the noise and the change, your mind will be quiet and stable. Zen is not something to get excited about. Some people start to practice Zen just out of curiosity and they only make themselves busier. If your practice makes you worse, it is ridiculous. I think that if you try to do Zazen once a week, that'll make you busy enough. Do not be too interested in Zen. When young people get excited about Zen, they often give up schooling and go to some mountain or forest in order to sit. That kind of interest is not true interest. Just continue in your calm, ordinary practice and your character will build up. If your mind is always busy, there will be no time to build, and you will not be successful, particularly if you work too hard on it. Building character is like building bread. You have to mix it little by little, step by step, and moderate temperatures is needed. You know yourself quite well. You should know, and you know how much temperature you need. You know exactly what you need, but if you are too excited, you will forget how much temperature is good for you. You will lose your own way. This is very dangerous. Buddha said the same thing about the good ox driver. The driver knows how much load the ox can carry, and he keeps the ox from being overloaded. You know your weight and state of mind, do not carry too much. Buddha also said that building character is like building a dam. You should be very careful in making the bank. If you do it all at once, water will leak from it. Make the bank carefully, and you will end up with a fine dam for the reservoir. Our unexciting way of practice may appear to be very negative. This is not so. It is a wise and effective way to work on ourselves. It was just very plain. I find this point very difficult for people, especially young people, to understand. On the other hand, it may seem as if I'm speaking in a gradual attainment. That is not either. In fact, this is the sudden way. Because your practice is calm, ordinary life is in self. Because when your practice is calm and ordinary, everyday life itself is enlightenment. Okay. Let me try and break it down. Okay. So we went over repetition to calmly go over each step. Don't try to rush it, And when it comes to having a general interest in something, you shouldn't be overloading yourself with it. And I can definitely attain to that. Sometimes I would put too much on my plate when I wanted to back then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna play basketball, volleyball, I'm gonna upload videos, and I'm gonna play sports, and I'm gonna have a job, and I'm gonna go to school. So I definitely relate to the line where don't overload yourself. I feel that. Okay, last 2 pages. Right effort. The most important point in our practice is to have right or perfect effort. I just burped. Excuse me. Right effort directed in the direction is necessary. If your effort is headed in the wrong direction, especially if you're not aware of this, it is diluted effort. Our effort in our practice should be directed from achievement to non-achievement. Usually when you do something, you want to achieve something. You attach it to some result. From achievement to non-achievement means to be rid of the unnecessary and bad results of effort. If you do something in the spirit of non-achievement, there is a good quality in it. So just do something without any particular effort is enough. When you make special effort to achieve something, some excessive quality, some extra element is involved in it, you should get rid of excessive things. If your practice is good without being aware of it all, you will become proud of your practice. That pride is extra. What you do is good, but something more is added to it. So you should get rid of that something which is extra. The point is very, very important, but usually we're not subtle enough to recognize it, and we go in the wrong direction. Because all of us are doing the same thing, making the same mistake we do not realize. So without realizing it, we are making many mistakes, and we create problems among us. This kind of bad effort is called dharma ridden or practice ridden. You are involved in some idea of practice or attainment, and you cannot get out of it. When you are involved in some dualistic idea, it means your practice is not pure. By purity, we do not mean to polish something, trying to make something impure pure. By purity, we mean things as they are. When something is added, that is impure. When something becomes dualistic, that is not pure. If you think you will get something from practicing zazen, already you are involved in impure practice. It is all right to say there is practice and there is enlightenment, but we should not be caught by the statement. You should not be tainted by it. When you practice zazen, just practice zazen. If enlightenment comes, it just comes. We should not attach to the attainment. The true quality of zazen is always there, even if you are not aware of it. So forget all what you think you may have gained from it. Just do it. The quality of zazen will express itself. Then you will have it. People ask what it means to practice zazen with no gaining idea. What kind of effort is necessary for the kind of practice? The answer is effort to get rid of something extra from our practice. If some extra ideas comes, you should try to stop it. If you should remain in a pure practice. That is the point towards which our effort is directed. We say to hear the sound of one clapping, usually the sound of clapping is made with two hands, and we think that clapping with one hand makes no sound at all. But actually, one hand is sound. Even though you do not hear it, there is a sound. What? Okay. Wait, what? If you clap with two hands, you can hear the sound. But if sound did not already exist before you clapped, you could not make the sound. Before you make it, there is sound. Because there is sound, you can make it and you can hear it. Sound is everywhere. If you just practice, there is sound. Do not try to listen to it. Whoa. Let me reread that. If you clap with two hands, you can hear the sound. Right? Okay. But if sound did not exist before you clapped, you cannot make the sound. So if sound didn't exist, when I clapped just now, it wouldn't make any noise. Okay? But if sound... before you make it, there is sound because there is sound. Oh. Okay, well, that was the 10 pages. Feeling good. It's just like, I'm like getting some aspects, but not all of it. So I definitely need to Google some terms because like, I feel like the terms used in here, like I kind of don't get it. Maybe I have to reread it, but there's that. But hey, that was the reading section for today. 10 pages. Thank you guys for listening to me stutter away. But hey, it's time for the workout leg day. Let's get into it. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to leg day. Your boy got some big boy squats, you know what I'm saying? It's like 45 pounds that I'm holding here, so it's not that heavy, but like my knees are kind of cooked, so I'm going through the motions. Okay, like pause on this, but glute bridges, guys. Your glutes are really important, especially when it comes to like back and knee pain. So I gotta work out. I mean, my job, I said that, you know what I'm saying. Like, anyways, glutes are very important. We got single calf raises. I'm using the chair for stability because I feel it. Like I can feel. I can feel the contraction more. Holy fuck! I can't talk. Okay. Yeah. So we're doing on the right side. And now we're doing some tibialis raises because it's good because that muscle it like wraps around your knee, so like it's good for like jumping and landing. And we ended off with doing this looks mad funny. We're doing some, hip movements because my hips are kind of cooked as well, so there's that as well. So that was the workout for today, and boom, this was the image I had. Not too bad, feeling good. I might get a haircut, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, hey, that was the workout for today. Your boy did 2 sets, so any new viewers,
I always do like 2 sets, but I just record the first set just to not make the video like, you know, like long as hell, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so other than the oatmeal, when I was hanging out with my boy, I had some shot time, you get me? And it was, you know, it was pretty good. Like, it was like a coconut lychee kind of drink. It was kind of sugary, so I'm gonna lay off like any sugary eats for today. But the drink, I mean, it looked cool. I mean, it's blue, guys. It's a blue drink. Come on, like let's be for real. So it looked good. It tastes. It wasn't bad. But my thing, there's like, I should have said it regular or like less ice. But I put that. I said it was too much ice and too much fucking. Yo, I'm not a fan of tapioca. I'm like an okay fan of it. But when there's too much, there's too much. And this drink, because I got regular, not a large. Because if I got a large and I didn't like it, it'd be a waste of money. So I got a regular, and the regular, bro, it was like like 35% tapioca, 20% ice. So what? That's 55, and then 45% is like the actual like drink itself. You know, so it was good, but too much black balls in my mouth. Pause. Okay, and for lunch, your boy had a little bit of rice. We got some zucchini in there, and we got my mom made some like kind of like a beef, kind of like a chili. That was really good. And we also had 4 leaves of some lettuce. I think that's not lettuce, is it? I think it's lettuce. Anyways, pretty good. You know, we're minimizing carbs, but we're still keeping the carbs because obviously, like, I'm not trying to like go keto and like have like 0 carbs. Is that what keto is? I think it is. Anyways, carbs I'm still gonna have because, you know, I need it to be fueled for the day. But we're mainly focusing on fruits, vegetables, and protein. I'm actually thinking of buying a better protein powder because the one I have currently is slowly on its legs, like last legs, and actually getting creatine. I'm thinking of getting that as well, and I know obviously I've heard all the science behind it, and I definitely need to drink more water with that, but I'm open to do that. But hey, that was the lunch for today. Let's hop on to the dinner. Okay, and for dinner we got some noodles, shout out to my madre, and some Costco chicken. Whew. I know it's a lot of meat, but you know, I got up my protein because I'm not gonna lie, I don't be tracking it that well, so but anyways, that is the dinner for today. Not too bad. The skin was also pretty good, but overall I like this meal. And even in the noodles there's like also like fruits and vegetables in that bit, so tasty overall. On the tennis court right now, you know what I'm saying? Playing right now. Well, I was playing, I'm like super sweaty. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm dead. It's really hot too, but we got my boys are playing 1-on-1 right now. Tennis type shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching the video. I just got home from tennis, super sweaty, but you know, I gotta pump out the content. I think if I ever go out, I gotta be home before like 9, like I gotta leave the area at 9:30 to be home by like 11 or before, because I need to upload the video and I ain't stopping no matter what. I gotta upload or upload prior. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I did stream today on Prod the Frog. Go down on Twitch, play some League of Legends, but I'm probably might play some other games as well. But hey, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Also on the TikTok, I also posted some fire. Go over there as well. And thank you guys for watching the video. Day 10 is tomorrow. Tee up. Hey, thank you guys for watching the video. Comment down your favorite post or part of the video. Is it me stuttering? Probably. But thank you guys for watching the video. I love you all. Bye.